This is a blog for Friday the 26th of September urban class. The aims of today were to fully understand and attain the execution of movement in an urban dance style. Objectives were to clean up all existing movement, work in pairs to assess each other's movement, review and explain the difference between a non-executed movement action and an executed movement / action. So at the start of the session we started with a warm-up, which is crucial for each dance class, as you need to warm up to raise the heart rate, to get ready for the session, to get your mind in that session and to stay focused, and to warm up the body so to prevent injury. And then we moved on to exercises in the class. We started to go over the tutting routine slowly at first so that everyone could recap and get focused and know the movements if they weren't there. So we started doing this and we started building the times up each time we did it and trying to make it faster and more challenging for each person. We focused more purely on the movements so that we could get the movements right, so that we could execute them correctly, instead of adding personality like you're told to add personality in urban, because that's what you do. We were then informed that the tutting section was going to go into Hollaback Girl, and we were quite excited about this because that's something that we choreographed in the first session, like as a whole group. We choreographed that ourselves. We were told that the timings were going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, so the counts are really fast. So we was like, yeah, let's do this. But as soon as we did it, we found that it was quite challenging. So we really need to work on this section of the dance to make sure that it's executed correctly with performance and timing. So whilst we were doing this to try and get it into the verse section, I heard you were talking and you didn't think that bit, which is quite fast. So we were practicing independently on the movements. Whilst I was doing this, I was trying to focus on the timing and the technique, because in urban your movements are quite sharp. So if you're doing this, it needs to be that, it can't be that or that. They've got to be slick movements. Yeah. So when we were rehearsing independently, I was focusing on the timing first. So Holly kept playing the track so we could all hear it, and I was trying to focus on getting the movements with the timing, which I did get, but the movements were sloppy. So then I tried doing the movements correctly, slowed down and then speeding it up, and then combining the movement and the timing together, which it did prove quite difficult, but with practice I'll be able to get it. We then got into pairs, and I was with Daniel, and we were told to help each other with the verse and the chorus section, so the actual main body of the movement for Hollaback Girl, which we've all learnt, and then the tutting section. So whilst me and Daniel were going over it, we went over the main body of the chorus, and we both knew it, and this was great because Daniel's really good at urban, so I fed off of his energy and tried to step up my game to his level, because urban's not really a strong point for me. So this was good, and I was glad I was put with Daniel because it gave me a bit of a challenge to be onto his level, so it made me step up my game. With the tutting, Daniel struggled with it, so then I was able to help him. So this was good because we were helping each other. Daniel was helping me bring personality to it, and I was helping Daniel with the technical timings. And then we did peer assessing on the routines, and we videoed each other. So Daniel videoed me doing the Hollaback routine and the tutting section, so I can see what needs to be improved, what I'm doing wrong, and what I think I'm doing right but I'm actually doing wrong. And they'll be posted underneath under first bit of choreography for Hollaback Girl routine or something, and then tutting routine. And when I watched the first section of the choreography of Hollaback Girl, I realised I need to be sharper. I need to put more effort into my movements and carry my movements through. I need to be more dynamic, more energetic. I need to just perform the routine, because I know the movement and I thought I was putting a lot of energy into it, but watching it back I'm not putting as much energy as I thought into in some sections. and it requires so much more energy that I'm putting in, so it's not looking effective as what it should be. And then for the tutting routine, I watched back, I know the movements and I can keep to the counts. I just need to practice the movements toward the end, as I get them mixed up and they go sloppy and just mould into movements that aren't even choreographed. So for the tutting section, I've got great energy in my face, and I'm enjoying doing the routine, so it's quite fun, so that makes me want to keep doing the routine. It's not as if I don't like it. I just need to be more on point for my movements and make sure that they're not sloppy. Yeah. A strength of the session would be, I know the routine, I like the routine, so that's good, so that makes me want to be able to perform the routine to the best of my abilities, so I'm not like, it's not as if I don't like the routine. My weakness is I need to perform the routine more with personality, as I thought I was putting a lot of energy in, but when it came back to looking back at the peer assessing videos, I'm really not. My target is to keep rehearsing the tutting section and apply more energy to the entire routine. As with practice, the tutting section will become cleaner, and energy and focus will become more natural in the entire routine the more I get used to performing it and practicing. And this concludes this video blog.